momentum building a little bit?
Well, I think we're, like I said, I think on the last road trip, I saw some signs of us playing a total game better than we had, and I hate to go way back, but into most of April and part of May. I'm seeing the defense tighten up a little bit. I'm seeing the swing of the bats much better. The starting pitching has bounced back. Our bullpen has remained constant. So when those things occur, you're going to have some success.
You went out to the mound and had a huddle there. Was it a strategic session? Was that directed at the pitcher?
That was a little bit strategic, and some words of just some things I needed to translate to Matt in person.
That inning, I mean, Barnes misses a home run, but Pence falls with a single. That game could have gone either way right there.
That inning?
Yeah.
Well, that's Matt was stressed a little bit a number of occasions and worked his way out of it, but Barmas's ball was hit pretty well. He hits well in this park, as you guys have seen over the last number of years when he was with the Rockies, and here continued. So he's been a tough out for us. And they got some singles. Pence hit the ball hard, and that was a real breaking point for Matt. He came back and got Lee and got Keppinger. So at that point, I thought that was enough for Dave in those 5 innings. Pitch count was up, and I thought it was a hard 98 pitches, 90 whatever it was. I don't know the exact number, but it was a hard 98.
We've seen the Lee at bat. What happened there?
Well, I thought, he went. I think he went back to. Not that he went back, but I think he reared back and found a little extra on the fastball. And I think he threw, the pitches, those last 2 hitters with a lot of conviction.
Excellent inning offensively in the first. How much did Jason Bartlett's 9-pitch at bat set the tone?
Great at bat by JB. When you get the leadoff hit first pitch, and then the next guy takes it deep in the count, kept fouling off pitches, especially against a guy that we haven't seen. Very important. I mean, very integral part of the game, even though it was the second hitter of the game. He threw every pitch that he had. Fastball, cutter, curve, change, and JB fought it off, and then to get the hanging breaking ball and hit it in the gap was big for us. And I think the rest of the guys were watching the at-bat, and as much video as you watch, the only true indicator is when you get in that box of what a guy has. And JB, I think, set the tone for the day with that AB.
Jeez, don't look now. Padres have won 8 out of 11, win 3 out of 4 here in this home series. How would you characterize where the team's at right now? Have you guys turned a corner?
I hope so. We've been playing a lot better. We feel like we're playing more like we're capable of playing and how we want to play. And fortunately, we didn't play bad enough that we played ourselves out of it early. We're still within striking distance, so. I like the way we're playing. If we can keep it going, we'll be right back in it.
Has there been ever a time in your career you can remember playing as well as you're playing right now?
I don't know. There's been times where I felt like I've felt as good at the plate as I do right now. Right now I'm just having success. Sometimes balls find holes for you, and sometimes they don't. To be honest with you, I had a stretch for about a week and a half earlier in the season where I felt better than I did now, and my average went from 260 to 240. So this game is just crazy like that. So you just go out there and you try to put yourself in a good position, and you live with the results.
Yourself and JB, you both used the left center field gap today. I thought it was a great example of how Petco Park can be a good place for hitters. There's so much open space. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of room out there. If you can get it down in the grass out there and you get it by the guys, there's a lot of room. Yeah, I mean I think we're playing more like we need to here than we have. This ballpark isn't conducive to going up there and hitting a ton of fly balls. So you drive the ball in the gaps. There's some room to run.
overall, with the way that Luddy's swinging and he's batting behind you for the most part, are you seeing that protection effect that everyone talks about? Hey, I get better pitches because the guy behind me's hot.
Yeah, I think, yes, I am. Luddy's swinging the bat great, and I think it's more than just Luddy. I think we have a number of guys that are swinging the bats better, and when you do that, guys can't just, they can't nitpick, with guys. They got to come at you because the next guy behind you is going to get them if they don't. And, obviously Luddy's swinging great, but Hopper's swinging it great, and, we had a lot of guys that have come through with big hits lately. So, I think it's just kind of a snowball effect, and when you have more guys hitting, it's a lot easier.
Came off of, kind of thing that set me up that last at bat was the first slider. I threw him the slider and he wound up getting a base hit out of it. So, I felt real good with my fastball later on in that game. Just wanted to challenge him to go right after him.
Bud said he went out to the mound partly for strategic purposes, but partly to, quote, translate something. Can you say what was translated?
What goes on between me and him is what goes on between me and him.
Did it change anything about your personality?
Overall, how would you characterize your outing today?
It was fun. For the most part, put up zeros. I'd like to go in the game a little longer, but it's baseball and it's what happens. And I'm pleased. Like I said, put up zeros for the most part. Pound in the zone. Help the team win.
You got out of a couple of jams today. When you're in those spots with runners on base, you feel like right now you're in a very confident spot when you're out in the mound to work out of those spots?
Yeah, I just again keep my composure. Just guys get a base hit, it's going to happen in the big leagues. It's just how I take it to the next guy.
Is that something that you feel like you've gotten better at this season as it's gone along?
I think I do a really good job of it in general. Last year I didn't like I don't like when guys get hits off me. So I try to shove it to the next guy and try to get him out and just leave those strand those runners. I did that a couple times today, which it's always a good feeling. Just wouldn't prefer guys on bases.
You've gotten better at doing that as the season's gone on, and early on it seemed like the out pitch wasn't there as much. What is it?
Not necessarily the out pitch. I just think of more of the pitch that I want them to hit instead of them hitting the pitch that they want to get. Attacking them and making them hit a pitch that they're not really down and away fastball. Make them hit it to the deepest part of the ballpark. I feel like the whole team, we've been, putting together, stringing together good pitches, seeing good pitches. We've been hitting. Guys been, putting together some good at bats. In the innings, Chase is swinging the bat really well. Luddy's been swinging the bat real well. Dino, and we're putting together at bats, putting together hits, and pitching staff's been coming through. So.